season just wrapped up the other day. Kind of just waiting for the holiday hunt, they call it, from after Christmas through the first of the year. So yeah, right now, just kind of doing some scouting and trying to figure out what's going on. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you my 5 most Amazon essential items that you can pick up. This total is going to be for under $175. So if you're just looking to add some new gear to your pack, or if you're a new hunter and you're looking to get out there like this weekend, or to start next year, these are going to be great tools for you to get, and they'll last you a while. You buy these things, yeah, you might say, oh, they're from Amazon, but you buy these, they're going to last you 5-6 years until you either figure out if you like hunting, or until you decide that it's time to buy something, really, really nice. But these are going to get you in the field, or if you got to replace something, they're going to help get you back out there in the field. So these are going to be my 5 items for under $175. And so the first, most essential thing that you need before you go out in the woods, you got to have some camo. And I mean, I know as well as everybody else, camo can get really expensive. One of my favorite things to do is I'll go on Amazon every few years. I normally trash mine every like 3 or 4 years. I got to buy a new one. But what I do is I go on and I buy just a regular basic 3D leaf ghillie suit. I'm going to post the links for everything in the descriptions. But this is one of my favorite types of camo to wear. I wear it all bow season. I wear it most of the rifle season until it gets really cold. And granted, you could just layer up underneath, which is what I do when it gets later in the like the bow season and stuff like that. But I love these 3D ghillie suits. They make you almost completely invisible to the deer. Anything within 20 yards, as long as you're not jumping in and out of the stand, they're never going to see you. You do a good job hiding yourself, you're in good shape. You can layer everything up underneath it. They're great for bow hunting. They're great for rifle hunting. And they're real cheap. You can pick this one, like the one I found was $20. How do you beat that? How do you go wrong? You buy that, it lasts you 3-4 years, and then you go buy a new one. Some of these hunting jackets are $200, $300. You could buy 10 ghillie suits. That'll get you at least a dozen or more seasons. Even if you're running through the briars and trashing them, you just buy a new one every year. It's still cheaper than that. So yeah, check out these 3D ghillie suits. Real cheap, $20 on Amazon right now. Pick yourself up one. They're great for early season, and then when it gets cold, you just, like I said, you layer up underneath it and you're good to go. The next most essential item that you need to have in your pack is, obviously, once you shoot a deer, you gotta have a gutting knife. Now, yeah, you can run to Walmart, you can spend hundreds of dollars on a gut knife if you want, but I'm telling you right now, I don't have I've never personally used this knife, but my brother-in-law bought this knife 2 years ago. He's gutted 4 deer with it, still hasn't even touched it to the sharpener yet. I was just talking to him about it today because I had to ask him what it was, and he was like, oh my god, it's the best knife ever. He swears by it. It's the Morakniv, I believe that's how you pronounce it, companion knife. It's a fixed blade knife. I watched him gut 2 of his deer last year with it. I even used it a little bit when I was showing him how to do a few different things around camp, and it's a great knife. You can strap it to your side, comes with a nice sheath for it, or it's small enough, fits right in your pack. I would say that if you bought this knife, you could probably use it as a boning knife or a skinning knife if you need it. It's real versatile. Great knife. I believe it's $22 right now on Amazon. How do you beat that? $22 for a gutting knife. Now, my personal preference, I like a buck knife, but they're expensive. The buck knife I like is like $60, $65. I like a buck 110. But if you're just trying to get out there, you could have this knife to your house in 2 days from Amazon. How do you beat that? It's a great gutting knife. Check it out. The next thing is that if you're going to go out hunting, you got to have something to put all your stuff in. So you got to have a backpack. I'm real partial to the TIDEWE brand. I have a whole TIDEWE hunting suit. I love it. It's great. I've got multiple backpacks. I have this one. It's going to be the TIDEWE 25-liter backpack. It's $48 right now on Amazon. Check it out. It's got good zippers on it. It's small enough to where it's not over cumbersome. I have the big TIDEWE backpack, which is nice if you're packing in. Like when I go up to camp, I like to pack a lot of things back into the stand with me, so I like to bring that. But if you're just going out for a short little hunt, an afternoon hunt or something like that, this is a great backpack. It's not going to be over cumbersome. Fits nice on the shoulders. Check it out. Like I said, it's $48 right now on Amazon. You got to have something to put all your stuff in, so check it out. The next most essential item you're going to need, you got to have a good pair of boots. If you're going to be out there hunting, hiking, stalking, sitting in a stand all day, you got to be able to keep your feet warm and be comfortable. I really like the TIDEWE Multi-Season Boots. They're $69 right now on Amazon. That's a steal. They got a little bit of insulation in them. They're neoprene rubber, so they're waterproof all the way up to the top. Great pair of boots. They last. I also have the heavier insulated TIDEWE boots. I like them when it gets cold, but I'll be honest, early in the season when you don't need a heavy boot like that, it's a lot to lug around a 1,200 gram insulated boot. I really like those boots early season to mid season that don't have a ton of insulation in them. They're light, allows you to walk everywhere. They're form fitting. They got good tread on them. They're going to keep your feet warm and dry without sweating. I really recommend you check these out if you're just looking for a cheap pair of boots for the early to mid season. I mean, even late season if you buy it a little big and put some good wool socks in there. But yeah, they're a great boot. Check it out. Something you got to have if you're going to be out there in the woods doing any kind of hunting. You got to have a good boot. And then last but certainly not least, for your backpack essentials and all these hunting essentials that you're going to need. These are just going to get you out in the woods, get you going. Obviously, once you shoot a deer, you got to have a gut knife. Then you got to have something to drag it out with, help drag you out. I like those little drag ropes that you can get for real cheap on Amazon. The one I found is called the Do All Outdoors deer drag. It's $10. It's going to make dragging your deer out so much easier. It's worth the $10 investment. They fold up real small. They fit right in the bottom of your bag. You forget about them until you need them, and then you're like, oh man, this is the greatest thing in the world. If you shoot a buck, yeah, you can grab onto the antlers, but you shoot a doe, I'll be honest with you, they're a pain to drag. You got to hold on to that foot. You're always losing grip, and by the time you get it back to the truck or wherever it is, your hand, you got the claw hand like this because your hand hurts so bad from holding on to that foot, slipping off. There's a reason that fur sheds everything. Real hard to hold on to. Invest in a $10 drag rope, throw it in your backpack, and you're done. It'll be there for years to come. Make dragging out all of your deer so easy. It's worth the investment. So that's going to wrap it up for my 5 Amazon essential gear tips for you. It's going to get you out in the woods. The ghillie suit, the knife, the backpack, the boots, and the deer drag. Obviously you need a gun, but you provide that yourself. You buy these 5 things, it'll get you out in the woods this weekend. They're great for a first-time hunter, someone just starting out, or an experienced person like myself. I love to have, I use all of these things from top to bottom. It's great to have in your pack as just extra gear that you need. You got to pick these things up. So for the total, it's like $169 for all 5 things. How do you beat that? Buy these things, 2-day shipping, they'll be at your house. You're out in the woods this weekend. So stay tuned with me. There's going to be more videos coming out. Hopefully it can get out for the holiday hunt season like I was talking about. But until then, you're just going to get videos like this. So if you're out there hunting, stay warm and stay tuned.